What is up, Nimians, and welcome back to the Bojack Horseman review series. I'll be talking about Season 2 of the Netflix original series, Bojack Horseman, so if you want to hear my thoughts on Season 1 before watching this video, then just click on this annotation, and if I forget to put the annotation down, then hopefully I remember to put it in the description. Okay, enough of that, let's get into it. Spoilers ahead! So, I mentioned before that Season 1 was all about Bojack coming to a full realization of his depression and what causes it. So Season 2 was about him trying to address this depression and find a solution to it. This season is Bojack's search for happiness. At the beginning of the season, he has a new, positive attitude on life. In the first episode, he goes through his day, forcing himself to be overly positive about everything, and listening to many different self-help programs. At first, this seems to be working, until you get to the hard-hitting part at the end of the episode. Bojack's mom calls him and basically points out why he's so pathetic, and it immediately brings him down from this happy place that he was at. The rest of the season is Bojack's constant search for that happiness. He finds a temporary happiness with a new relationship he has, but that doesn't bring lasting happiness because there is a point where the relationship ends due to his self-destructive nature. He thinks he can find happiness by playing his dream role in a movie, but he quickly realizes that it doesn't meet the great expectations that it did when he built it up in his head. After realizing that none of this will bring him lasting happiness, Bojack comes to the conclusion that the only thing he can do is to leave all of his troubles behind by going to see an old friend living in New Mexico. For a few months this works out and he is happy. Eventually though, his past and his self-destructive nature yet again bring his happiness to an end. By the end of the season, Bojack has come to the ultimate realization that the only way he can truly be happy is by changing something within himself. There's something about his own being that is broken that must be fixed. We see at the end that he makes some last efforts to fix himself by finally being a good friend to Todd, and we get a perfect analogy of the day-by-day struggle it will take for him to fully get to the point of being happy at the very last scene of the season.
Running is terrible. Everything is the worst. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It gets easier.
Huh?
Every day it gets a little easier.
Yeah?
But you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part. But it does get easier.
Okay.
By the way, this guy who talks to him is seen in the background running multiple times throughout the season. I just love little touches like that. So now we have these first two seasons. The first is about Bojack recognizing that he needs to do something to find happiness. This season he realizes what it will actually take to get to having that happiness. So that's most of all I have to say about Season 2. There are some subplots about other characters I could touch on, and some good ongoing jokes I could mention, but I'd really like to focus on Bojack's story because that, I think, is where the real meat to the story is. Anyway, that's about all for this video. I know it was pretty short, but whatever. Next time I'll be talking about Season 3. Let me know what you think of my Bojack Horseman analysis in the comments. Goodbye.